Sunday afternoon, friends and neighbors. Sweegie at the desk with a flying purple beaters or baseball beaters episode slightly out of schedule. This was supposed to be tomorrow, but tomorrow my apartment building has a full power shutoff. So I'm going to decamp elsewhere and not have to worry about it. So we're going to get to the 1998 expansion draft and the 1998-99 offseason with the Colorado Rockies, who once again got bounced in the division series, but hey, at least we won a couple of games this time around. Before we do that, I do want to do a tidy little pack rip because, yeesh, this team needs it. The Shizuoka Arrows have been able to hang around in gold till now. It looks grim in the early going. I may need to call in a favor from Kidneys again to lend a hand. Hey, old friend Doggy Miller, good to see. We still haven't finished the live missions yet. Diamond card inbound, it is, oh my. Hello, sir, John Henry Lloyd. Orlando Hudson may be out of a job. I gotta do the comparison on that. That is a very tasty looking card. Dan McGann, the first baseman. Nice eye. At one point, my plan was to have a lot of high eye guys and just be an absolute nuisance to strike out. But that's not really panning out this season. James Karinchak of the Cleveland Guardians. Hey, that's Cleveland finished. Finally. Ask your doctor if bruised Gratterall is right for you. Okay. That means we get Louis Tiant. And a fresh silver pack. Let's see whom will be coming in. Austin Hayes is our silver card of the pack. Now let's take a look at O-Dog versus John Henry. Well, that seems pretty conclusive. Wow. Who needs home runs? Yes, we're trading up a little way on the range, but every other stat looks better. And he can spell John Valentin at short in an absolute pinch. So I think we're putting J.H. Lloyd into the lineup. I mean, team has been on a tiny bit of a hot streak, so not complaining too loudly. Let's move Lloyd into second base. Oh, and yeah, he's an absolute speedster. That's gonna be fun. Oh, he's Pop Lloyd. Okay, duh. No wonder he's so good. Okay, so the bullpen's the only good part of the team. And yes, we just sent down our highest batting average guy. I mean, Jordan's finally tearing it up. Good to see. He had a rough couple of seasons last two. Maybe the problem exists between keyboard and chair? Who can say? Either way, let's put Brewstar up for 1,500. Let's fill the top sell order there. Go for Oscar. I like to be expedient in the card shop and just sell to the highest buy order as long as it's above a quick sell. I think that'll be enough for one more pack. Maybe two. Nope, but there is a Bob! That's Bob Dillinger. I was wondering why the music was so loud. I had my volume up too high. Okay. And I finally started to dip my feet into PT Live, so hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of extra points coming my way. For a PAX only team, I'm pretty satisfied with where the Shizuoka Arrows are. Especially mission-wise. I'm just not sure what, based on the cards I have, what the right construction is, or if I should just eschew power and go all in on eye. I know Kidneys advises all power, all eye. Tempting, not normally my scene. Today's broadcast is powered by Godspeed Brewing, made with struggle and love in the East End of Toronto. Not a sponsor, just what I'm having right now. Hey, Laptop Hound! Good Canadian kid, you're just in the nick of time. We just got in here from the my PAX only team. We packed Pop Lloyd, and he's now playing second base for my PAX only team. But our primary focus today is to get through the 1998-99 off-season. And that starts with the expansion draft. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Arizona Diamondbacks will be trading back and forth. Let's take a look at our protection list. Some very familiar faces here. Of course, we're keeping Griffey and Walker, Bernie, Maxudian, Cabrera, Miller, Bell, Tavares. The good news is Guillen and Wilson and Washburn don't have enough service time, so they aren't eligible. The most we can lose is Keith Johnson. No big loss. Oh wait, the guy we... Oh no, he was a free agent signing back in 92? Wow. Anyways, let's get underway. The first selection in the... Oh yeah, the Toronto's basically using this as a please get us out of our bad contracts. Ricky Grudzielanek, who we just traded to the Blue Jays. Devon White, Carlos Baerga. I think that the Grudzielanek deal was basically a poison pill to get Sean Maloney and Brian Lane from us. Tampa Bay Rays will select Charles Nagy from the Atlanta Braves. Oh yeah, here's other guys from Toronto. Greg Perkle, Brian Harvey. The Diamondbacks will select Tim Runner from the New York Mets. That's an interesting looking player. So Rumor heads to the Diamondbacks. They're going pitching first. Don Wall from the Astros. Jamie Walker. All right, so Grudzielanek goes in the span of a calendar year from the Expos to the Rockies to the Blue Jays to the Devil Rays. Good luck trying to find housing. Diamondbacks will take Baerga and Phil Nevin. So Toronto's getting bailed out of its bad contracts. Rays will take Berg and Longmire. I'm just going to see if there's anyone I recognize. Hey, from the Montreal Expos, one of my favorite names in baseball right now, Butch Husky. Jay Meyer, Brenson. All right, so Trent Hubbard and Quinton McCracken, both former Rockies, are now reunited on the Diamondbacks. Dishman heads to the Devil Rays. He was in the Grudzielanek deal, pitched well in Montreal, but now he'll get a chance to flex his craft and have that massive contract, not massive, but that reasonable contract with the Devil Rays. Clark, and oh, Paul Molitor to the Diamondbacks. You'd think he'd be a DH. Very interesting choice. David Segui, Danny Hawking. I recognize some of these names. Wohlers to the Diamondbacks, so the Braves are getting picked over a little bit here. Maybe we have a chance? Jackson. Boomer Loney, great name. Raffanino, I recognize. Junior Felix, hey! Are we gonna get out of this unscathed? Oh, nope, we lost Keith Johnson. Keith Johnson to the Diamondbacks from our farm system. Alright, let's finish that expansion draft. Let's take a look at this roster. Not liking having Butch Husky in our division. Getting Steve Avery was a big get for the Diamondbacks. The Braves just lost like 2 of their starting pitchers. Yeah, they got Etheridge and Hazlitt in those spots now. So, Braves kind of got picked over, but if you take a look at the finances, I'm curious. Okay, so the Blue Jays still have the highest payroll in the bigs. Even losing Grudzielanek and Baerga. Attica, good to see you, man. Attica and Ezra are both affiliate streamers. If I'm unavailable, be sure to watch them. Hopefully I'm not stepping on their feet streaming-wise. And we're going to be raiding into Dr. Dynastic later today if he's streaming. I can't remember if he is. His calendar says he is. So now that the expansion draft has been finished, now we can go talk to some free agents and see who's out there. So, for example, adding another pitcher would be great. I have my eye on a couple. Someone like a Miguel Batista. Profiles an extreme ground baller, a spark plug. And he's only 26, so I'd actually be willing to go like 2 years with the last year, a team option with a buyout of 50 grand. Let's go 400K across. Okay, he doesn't want to get locked up long term. Whatever. The other option is going to be either our closer or helping on the rotation, Alan Benez. Yes, Andy's brother. Let's not guarantee a starting spot, but let's give him the same price as Miguel Batista. And... okay. So we'll piss off Andy Benez because he wants to be closer. But that stuff will play in the bullpen. And he was closer for Minnesota and did well. I mean... Pedro is going to want $10 million. We wouldn't have... I'm glad that we extended Walker instead because Pedro doesn't like our manager. So we may have dodged a slight bullet there. Thank goodness. Now, for the other free agent signing I'm going to leap on, it's a toss-up between Deion Sanders and someone like Sammy Sosa. Right-handed power bat, speedster. I'm looking for someone who can come in off the bench. Because Anthony Lewis has not impressed me. I mean, Some of the other cheap options would be a Brady Anderson. Oh, he's a type B guy, okay. So's Daryl H. So there's a bunch of type B guys. Deion James looks like a DH to me. Anderson can't field. Hamilton can, but he's got the inverse stats that I'd be looking for. Also, I don't want to give up a draft pick. We've had Finley in the past. He did well, but I'm worried about him getting starting time instead. Gilkey had an absolutely bad year with the Baltimore Orioles. I think okay, Van Slyke though. As long as we don't play him in center, I think he could be a good get. He's 36 years old. Okay. Let's not go for someone in the ancient category. Sosa is still only 29. I think if we can get him for like 900K. Alright, close to that. 1,060,000. That still gives us plenty of flexibility and room to bargain. Marcos Armas signs with the Farm Devil Rays. Derek Lee and Matt Chamberlain for Scott Leon. That's a no from me, dog. Texas, what are you doing? All right, Hall of Fame voting. "36 players on the ballot, including some first-timers, so Blyleven is an obvious yes. Fisk. Guidry. Gotta get Guidry over the hump. Tommy John deserves to be there. Yeah, let's vote Dale Murphy. Tony Perez. Rick Rushell. Keep El Tiante on the ballot. Jim Rice and Jerry Royce. Okay. See if any other deals have come in early on. Yeah, Pedro is good. All right, so Texas or Baltimore interested in the big ticket Pedro Martinez. I mean, as you can see, we didn't stand a chance against the Blue Jays. The Braves sure didn't. As a Torontonian, seeing the Blue Jays play well makes me smile. Knowing that they are a juggernaut I will have to take down, less much. Why does everyone... No, you're not getting Derek Lee. He's going to be part of my starting staff. Get your meat hooks off of him. Besides, you traded away Galbraith. I'm upset about that. Gibraltar, not Galbraith. Alright, Benez. Ahead of others, cool. Lowe's is an interesting deal, but not for Ortega. Let's put Ortega to untouchable and buzz off Dodgers. I could do 900k for Miguel Batista. Robin Jennings is available from the Cubs after putting up 5.5 wins above replacement because he's a pending free agent. No thanks. I think I had my eye on Bill Wirtz as a trade target. Robzilla, thank you for the follow. Pendleton wants to leave the Brewers. Rapp's been good for 4 wins above replacement with the Cubbies. Who do they want for him? That's it? Counselor Johnny Mac. Oh, 100% we're getting rid of Johnny Mac at this point. Okay, so what am I missing then? Why would Pat Rapp be available so readily? I mean, as an extreme ground baller, I have to make sure his PBAP isn't going to be trash, because that's going to nuke him if we're playing in Coors. Ah, that's why. His PBAP is 45, so he'll keep the ball in the park, but he won't do a good job of minimizing balls in play. Could we get Maddox instead? Oh no, 10-5, okay. So you know what? I gotta remember, since we have access to PBAP, let's keep an eye on it. Randy Johnson available. I'd just be worried about the 7 walks per 9. Yikes. Okay, that's why I had Cal Eldred in my sights. Another guy who's got contract years after this one. Wirtz is a pending free agent. Let's see what they'll take for Wirtz. Okay. They want pitching coming back. Or we flip Warren Morris, who we just got from the Blue Jays. You know what? I think Warren actually has a future with this franchise. Yeah, so we're not going to take Bill Wirtz. As fun as that would be for all the history of Japan, history of the world references, the sun is a deadly laser. They don't want to give up Cal Eldred for anyone except Stein, Hudson, Guillen, Washburn, or Wilson. Alright, so I don't think we're making any trades at these winter meetings. I mean, you take a look at the team position ratings. We're looking pretty darn good. The one thing that we do lack is prospects at position play. As position players. Our farm system is very heavy on pitchers. which, not a bad thing. Take a look at the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, between Colangelo and Griffey were tops there. Alvarez looks like a solid prospect. R.A. Dickey already logged some time with the majors, skipping AAA entirely. Saul Rivera, I want to see that movement develop. I really like how he looks. He is not, however, a two-way guy. Thank you. McB701, thank you for the follow. Like, this is our window. This is when we should be signing guys to pad the core. That's why we're going after Batista and Benes. Ooh, okay, so some signings completed. And 2 draft picks. So Olerud to the Reds for gobs of money. Wow. I mean, yes, it's Johnny O, but yeesh. Cincy, what are you doing? No Castellini brothers here. Abbott to the Cubs, so the one-handed bandit stays in the National League. 3 years at 3.6 mil. Candiotti, 2 years for 5 to the Athletics. Ageless knuckleballer wonder. Jose Canseco back to the Athletics. Guzman to the... Oh, man. Oakland's making a push. I was not expecting that. Juan Guzman to the Athletics as well. 8 years, or 8 mil for 5 years. Kevin Gross to the White Stockings. Paul O'Neill from Philly. Pittsburgh. Kirby Puckett to the Cardinals on a 1-year deal. Shane Reynolds. Okay, so... Oakland... is actually trying here. 39 million in salary. We sit at 28.4. I mean, they did just overhaul their pitching staff. They did a pretty good job of it. They got guys like DT Cromer absolutely slugging them. Cover off them all. 28 home runs. Bobby Boat. Right, we should look to see who the upcoming free agents are. That may be who we can go out and sign or trade for, like Melito Perez from the Blue Jays. A slightly washed up Roger Clemens, maybe. Or maybe a Kurt Schilling, who is toiling away with the Blue Jays organization. Wanted to be a starting pitcher, but hasn't been. Alright, so Blue Jays, let's talk. Right, so they don't want to give up Melito or Schilling for anyone other than Guillen, which, lol, not happening. What about... Alright, Clemens vetoes the deal. Yeah, nobody wants to come here. I know. What about Appier? Pending free agent. Good numbers. Only 30 years old. They want Guillen. Alright, if we can't get Pedro, can we get his brother? Already acquired from the Twins at 100% salary, so maybe not. Pavlik. Okay. No, they want Guillen as well. It's tough. That's tough. So we get a supplemental first-round pick for both of Candiotti and Abbott. we also get their second round selections, so... Not quite the Devo Dykstra gambit from Baseball's Not Dead, but not far off. Shubmel for Chamberlain. I'm okay getting rid of Chamberlain. Not Patterson, though. Let's discuss this deal. If you want to do a deal, we got to do something that actually makes sense. Wow, how did the Dodgers get this guy from the Yankees? Absolute stud. And future thorn in my side. Let's take a look at their prospects. Alright, so Aaron Huber. No. Yeah, their farm system's not that good either, so I think we're going to decline this deal out with the Dodgers. I'm really curious where Pedro ends up. Giants are offering Robbie Thompson a deal. I would love to bring him in. 4.7 wins above replacement. I mean, yes, he's 35. But as another captain, as someone who's been consistent, who hasn't been hurt that much, how much do we want to go after Robbie T? Add another $6 million player to our salary. Oh, geez. Would he be willing to go? $4.9 or $4.75 for all 3 years. Like, let's offer a deal at least. Okay, so we pissed him off, but we might have helped bid out one of the teams that is actually looking to sign him. Jaha's got teams interested. Of course the Yankees want to go after Pedro. Please get him out of my division. I would be immensely grateful. What about Sanders? Where does Scott Sanders sit in terms of PBAP? A 50. Not the best, not the worst. Is he a type A? No. Alright, so let's offer him 320. Pablo Ozuna. No. No, Anaheim. Leave me alone. Alright, who's Rule 5 eligible? Anyone we want to keep. We have room on the 40, man. Not particularly. Yeah, I'm okay to go to the Rule 5 as is. We may not go a whole 2 hours. It depends on how this off-season shakes out. Oh, yeah, okay. Hazlitt. Oh, he's Jerk and Fragile. And Yason Torres. Wow, they actually just straight up call him Clubhouse Cancer. Yeah. And thank goodness none of those free agents have actually signed with us yet. Because now it's the Rule 5 draft and we might be able to pick some guys up. Pizza. I think he was also with our club. 3 years with the Cubbies. Rick Aguilera. 2 years at 2.84 to the Blue Jays. Wow. That's who they spend money on? Okay. Any PVAPIP guys? Manuel Barrios, I think, is the one guy we can pick on to join the bullpen. Fry's available. Derek Hakopian, no. Mark McLemore. We gave him a minor league deal. And he wound up on the Rule 5. Shrug, okay. Alright, let's start it. I don't think there's anyone other than Manuel that we really want to go grab. Where even is he? Lose him? Did he get yanked off the 40-man or something? I think he did. He got saved. Auto draft. I think we got our backup outfielder. We're going to take Emil Brown and rescind our offer to Sammy Sosa. Zoop. I know it's bad juju to rescind an offer, but that money could go elsewhere. Sanders coming out of the bullpen, I think, would be neat. I like where the team's going in terms of signing those pitchers. The fact that they even want to come to Colorado is a minor miracle. So far, we haven't lost anyone. I will skip all remaining picks. We got our one dude. There we go. We did not lose anyone. Welcome to the team, Emil Brown. Corner outfielder and pinch hitter, and oh, the speed. That's one thing I definitely think we can improve on, is getting faster. All right, let's get to Start of the new year. Alright, another dumb trade proposal. Carlton lower. 2.6 wins above replacement, though, for Blake Stein. Also durable. And Tim Davis. Carlton's an interesting option. Let's take a look at the rest of the Guardians pitching staff and see if there's someone better. Mew Quinian, thank you for the follow. Okay, so he actually is their ace. Wow, that's bad. Cleveland, you need pitchers? The BABIP worries me. Only being 24 years old, yes, but giving up Tim Davis, one of our most dependable lefty relievers, and durable, and Blake Stein, who will either be in the rotation or a fireball arm out of the bullpen. 95 miles an hour with a submarine delivery? Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. This is just swapping two different 24-year relievers. Hey, Andy Benez, welcome to the team. There, that moves Blake out of the rotation. I know he said closer, but I think he can deliver in the rotation. Now, with this setup, I think we gotta retract our offer to Miguel Batista. I mean, yes, he's probably the better pitcher, but... And it's only a one-year deal. If we do keep him, I think then we got to look at moving Julian Tavares as the weakest of our three starting pitchers. And the only one with a PBABIP under 50. That's going to be the plan of attack here, guys. I want PBABIP under 50, or 50 or better. So maybe we don't retract the offer for Batista? Oh no! No, he stayed in the National League. Pedro Martinez to the Atlanta Braves, 7 years, $9.4 million. And here we are nibbling around the edges. But a lot of wins above replacement walk in free agency. Abbott, Grizzolanek, Candiotti, Hernandez is still available. Asking way too much money. Yee. And Jaha still available, but he's a type A, so hey, we could get another compensation pick. So if we add Batista to this, that gives us an opportunity to give Ortega a little bit more seasoning. He's still got 3 option years available. That gives us an opportunity to continue to refine him. And if he's ready, then we send him up. There's no such thing as a bad 1-year deal after all. Benez is still ARB eligible next season. Great. I bet you Batista is too. And we got the guy I wanted in terms of our backup outfielder. Let me check in on Robbie Thompson. Oh, brother, he wants to go up to 6.5 million.
We will have literally reached the stars before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking pace, and such a pace cannot help but create new ills.
Does Piazza want to come play for us? No, it doesn't like Kenny.
New problems, new danger. Surely the opening vistas of space.
The second base is an issue. I don't trust Yolbert Cabrera that much.
As well as high reward.
Carlos Garcia is available. 1 win above replacement in limited play time with the Royals. Okay. Barbary. Maradini. Naring. You know what? 2001 supposed to be our window. That's when Griffey and Walker's opt-outs are. That's when Paul Wilson's free agency is. That's when Guillen's free agency is. We've got the money. Kenny, are you okay going 2 years? At 6.5. Actually, let's try 2 at 6. Oh, he wants that 3rd year. If you want that 3rd year, it's got to be a vesting option, and you need 200 plate appearances. Team option then. 500 grand. Oh wait, that's me. 750. Okay, so at the very least, we're going to make things harder for the Giants. Louis5, thank you for the follow. You know me, I'm not normally the type to spend money on players. Jason Bass profiles as a DH type for Warren Morris and Matt Chamberlain. Why does everyone want Chamberlain so much? He is a leader. Yeah, we're not going to do this deal. I mean, this is an arms race between us and the Braves now. Right, Mike Metcalf? No. Jared Ewan. Yuck. Oh, yeah, Tim Hudson, untouchable. Leave me alone. Kerry Wood. Not looking good. And Damaso Marte. Like, do I have Easy Mark printed on my forehead? If Miguel Batista doesn't get back to us, then that does save us a little bit of scratch that we can keep going after Robbie Thompson with. Yes, paying a 38-year-old is a lot of money. But you have to remember, inflation is a thing. Thompson hasn't gotten back to us yet. Alright, Sanders wants to go to the Blue Jays. 350 still not bad. Is a bullpen guy? Yeah, we'll meet that. Pablo Ozuna. Not interested. Cal Eldred, who was on the trading block, heads to the Phillies, so they're keeping up with the arms race. For Matt Hammonds, decent pitcher, top 100 prospect, Brian Dallimore. I had my eye on Eldred. Still no word from Robbie T. Arnish to the Brewers. Schaus to the Blue Jays. Roberto Hernandez to the Red Sox. So they got a closer. Adding Robbie T would be a huge get for us and help us get out of the basement in terms of the WAR loss. The Braves. Adding Pedro. Definitely helps offset the losses of Avery, Nagy, Wohlers, Sanders, and Seitzer. We would give up our first round pick if we were to get successfully Robbie Thompson. All right, Miguel Batista joins the Colorado Rockies. Okay, that's a really good-looking pitching staff. Wilson, Batista, Washburn, Tavares, Benez. Let's get the next. Yeah, that'll work. And it means Pablo Ortega, 21-year-old, can scooch on down to the minors without too much of a concern and continue stretching himself out as our top pitching prospect. It's punting a little bit because Batista's PBABIP isn't that good. There's no such thing as a bad one-year deal, so might as well go for it. 3.6 and wins above replacement for less than $1 million. I'll take that deal. Gets us ahead of the Dodgers in the offseason charts. Sorry, Sammy. Your place on the team has already been filled. You got Emil Brown. Equally speedy, equally capable of playing corner outfields. Willing to renegotiate, yeah, but still going to withdraw the offer. All right, John Jaha heads to the Florida Marlins. So he stays in the National League. 2-year deal for almost $4 million. Hey, good to see the Marlins spending. Hey. And that means we get the Marlins second round pick, as well as a third in supplemental round 1. This better be a good draft class, because this is a big chance for us. Interesting offer. Jason Bass doesn't have a role on the team. Bo Donaldson, Jerk, and Pat Daniker. Listen, Mr. McNutt. No. Dante Bichette to the Boston Red Stockings. Oh, he's going to butt heads with Roger Clemens right out the chute. That's going to be fun. Jack McDowell to the Detroit Tigers. Relatively sweetheart deal. Shane Mack, 2 years to the Dodgers. Roberto Kelly to the Brewers. I like how pointed we've been. Very precise in how we go about our additions. And I bet you the Giants are sweating over us issuing a contract to Robbie Thompson. Did anyone get into the Hall of Fame this time? Piazza sitting this long on the open market's also a surprise. Burt Blyleven made it first year. Hey! Welcome to the Hall of Fame, the immortal Burt. I'm surprised that some of these guys are hanging out on the free agent market as long as they have. All right, Sanders comes to the team. Fun addition to the bullpen selections. I think we gotta move Julian Tavares. A 328 BABIP is gonna get eaten alive. So let's shop him around. Look for prospects. I want to see what other options there are. And I'd much rather see Sanders out of the bullpen than the starting rotation, to be honest. Numbers. Only from our side. Don't need a first baseman. We already got Travis Lee, although Sean Casey does look really nice. Not seeing any deals that really say keep Tavares. Okay, not that Pete Rose, the different one. That was weird. Alright, so Julian Tavares stays with the club. I will force Scott Sanders into the bullpen, though. Because 70 stuff, 40 movement is a bullpen guy. That way he can work on his fastball slider combo and be rather effective. So Brando, we are going to demote. So we got Store Brand Ace, Washburn, Tavares, Benez, and Batista. That also means Pablo Ortega can chill in the minors too. And then we move Greg McMichael onto long-term injured reserve. That's our pitching staff. There we go. Robbie Thompson still hasn't said peep about our deal. How long is this negotiation going to drag out, I wonder? Alright, what's the trade proposal? No. Okay, Robbie Thompson to the Athletics, so at least he's out of the National League. They gave him 6.3 for 3 years. Wasn't I offering 6.4? Oh well. More money for the core that we have. Strawberry has the slugging, but I'm not sure if I'd really trust him to be an outfielder anymore. Booner is interesting. He's another fan favorite. Strawberry's already trained up, though, so I feel like he's the marginally better choice. And he isn't type B, so what the hey? Give him an offer to come to spring training. Would have been nice if we got Robbie Thompson, but I don't think it's a necessity. Looks like both Nosbase and Escape Velocity are up and running with their stream, so once we wrap up, we will roll into them. Hip and Knee Doc, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Alright, Strawberry still is okay with that. Some minuses, some pluses though. Icorn to the Mets. Guthrie to the Mets. Morris to the Twinsies. older brother Andy Benez still available on the market, but I don't think we need any more pitching. Ripken was disappointing with our club last season. I wouldn't want him back. I think that's it for the deals I want to make. You will note the flip has occurred and the Milwaukee Brewers are now in the National League Central. So they are now an us problem. Interesting deal. David DeLucci. Michael Barrett. We do need a new catcher. Because Maxudian and then Sprague are going to be hitting free agency in consecutive years. And he's a two-way guy, too. He can also pull out two-way. He can also play third base and short or second, which is very Trent Hubbard-ish. Shockley, for Bell and Morris. David Bell, this is his last year. He needs to show me that he's worth it. Once again, I will decline. Strawberry has his invite to spring training. Speaking of which, it's spring training. How fun would this be? Who do the Cardinals want? I can't agree to any of this. Man, that would have been fun, though. Adding Mark McGwire to a team that already has Larry Walker and Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, it would have been amazing. Bobby Bowe finds himself on the trade market. We want him over a Travis Lee, though, is the question. Not really. Travis Lee is pretty much better. Okay, so everyone on the 40-man roster except Eddie Christian. Spring training. Let's put him at 60-man. Michael to the 15-day. Here's your spring training invites. See what I mean about how a lot of our top prospects are pitchers. We have 122 guys in the development league. Okay. All right, we gotta clear this out. not need this many catchers. Anyone at this level who's over the age of 23... Release. Release. If you're here this long and you haven't developed, you are not getting experience. Not worth it. Okay, let's keep getting rid of some old guys. Bye-bye. Okay, that's looking a little better. And now if we set up the whole... Yes, okay, now we're down to only 74 players of chaff in our minor league system. Good. Sanders as closer. Ooh. I like it. And hopefully Ben isn't too upset about being in the rotation as opposed to being in the bullpen. Then again, this might be our catcher of the future here in Jason Phillips. Alright, and I do want to train up Griffey in right and Walker in left during spring training. I think Walker in left? Yeah, Bernie's staying in center. Excited to see what Emil can do. Colangelo looks like he's coming along nicely. Wow. Okay, then. Let's get to our first break of spring training. And let's start making some cuts then. Oh, Griffey is day-to-day for a day, whatever. Tim Young looks like he could be a contributor. Sanders as a closer. Oh, yeah. no need to rush Strickland up. McMichael's stuff is starting to drop, so I'm okay with letting him walk as a free agent. Oh, Ben's movement went down? Uh-oh. P-Bapip's still good, though, so I think we can still keep him. He's basically the crummier version of Paul Wilson. Sanders and Ortiz as our 1-2 punch in the bullpen is exactly what I was hoping for. All right, Strawberry with an injury. He's played well. Reams still suffering from back tightness. While this is doing its thing, I'm gonna be right back. Just chill and groove, folks. Okay. Here is the draft. Oh, there's some names here. There's some names here. Josh Hamilton, Brian Roberts, Alfonso Soriano. And then it's an infielder, Alfonso Soriano. Coming over from the Hiroshima Phoenix, I guess. Good Canadian kid, Justin Morneau. Got catcher ratings? Oh, cool. Ben Sheets as the top pitching option. They're calling for us to get Nick Green. Oh, the defense. Oh, I can see that working. Aaron Rowan. Ooh. Blomqvist. Blomqvist looks really good too. Coco Crisp. CC, I guess, didn't sign last year? Failed to sign with the Expos. Ah. Alex Rios, I recognize the name. Blaylock. Carl Crawford. Harang. Lou Ford. Lyser Sturis. Another Canadian. Oh, sorry. I thought Overbay was Canadian. I'm thinking of Koski. Another Blue Jay and Lyle Overbay. Reed Johnson. Man, so many names I remember from the mid-2000s Blue Jays. Reed Johnson. Hello, sir. Possible replacement for Bernie there. Infante. Interesting. There's a Canadian kid, Eric Bedard. Wasn't he drafted last year? No. So, ooh. Oh, I want him. I want him bad. Corey Patterson, Ryan Ludwig, other names I recognize. O-Dog. Lackey and Hooper. Alright, your typical 15-inning win, capped off by a 4-run grand slam by Griffey. As one does. And Cabrera's out for 5 weeks. Okay. Great. So it looks like Council is going to be sticking with the big club as our new second baseman. Carlos Guillen, man. Oh, his RBers are going to be so expensive. I think come the All-Star break, we're gonna give Guillen the big contract. Probably for the best that we didn't do that with Robbie Thompson. Okay, we have way too many pitchers here. Why is Darren Blood even with this team? Is he on the 40 man? Oh, brother. Wave and DFA. Not Tony Saunders. Let's keep him around. I want to see if Richard Dishman can make it where his brother couldn't. Maybe we do trade Derek Lee if his PBAP is going to stay stuck at 40. I like that Batista is a spark plug, because we could use that. Only good vibes. I'm not missing anyone from the personnel, am I? Okay. Phew. So then, catchers. Sylvia, demoted? Or waived and DFA'd? Alright, Sutton and Phillips will be competing there. Johnny Mac up with a club. So between Milliard, Martinez, ooh, Gabby's having a rough go, and OCAB. Let's keep OCAB because, hey, another captain wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's promote those. Alright, so hang on a second. Let's get some... Let's make sure Bollock gets some more training in at first. So that way he can relieve Travis Lee versus lefties. You know? Walker's getting his experience in left. Griffey's really picking up right field well. Given that Arm is 55, Arm is 60, maybe Walker stays in left and Ken Griffey stays in right? Maybe. How's Emil and Colangelo done? Emil's done well. Colangelo hasn't, but I'm only giving him a little bit more time. I want to see more from Alvarez. Tony's going to be option. And I want to see someone between Gaddy and Lamar Rogers figure it out. Alright, so first set of cuts has been completed. Get to the next gap in the schedule. Cal Ripken heads to the Yankees. Are the Yankees going to be a problem this year, I wonder? Ripken and... Alright, so Sammy Sosa heads to the Giants, so great, we're going to be seeing him. We got a another supplemental first-round pick because Ripken left. That's only, what, 5? 4, my mistake. You'll love to see it. Fan interest is at an all-time high. Tidy little win streak. Not that it matters. Alright, so Darren Blood and Brian Sylvia both flunked out of the team. Is going to be demoted. Strawberry will be able to come back, but I think we're just going to release him from his minor league deal. And you know what? We'll keep him, see if he wants to stick around. Or we put him in over someone who we haven't given a contract to yet. All right, next round of cuts. Ortega. Keep stretching out, my dude. Hudson. Yeah, at this point, anyone who isn't on a contract is going to be demoted. That leaves us with 13 guys, so there's one spot available for whoever wants it. Yeah, Phillips has not done well. Bollock has finished training up at first base. Good work. Cabrera hasn't done a good job. McGregor, Byers, ditto. Council's finally responded with a good spring training. Neither of Miller or Bell have, guys. One of you needs to actually play. Johnny Mac may make the team just by dint of Yolbert Cabrera's injury. Emil has to stay with the club. Colangelo's cooled off, so down he goes. I think we're going to keep Griffey in right and Walker in left. I think that's the plan. Alvarez has somehow hung on. Gaddy can't hit a lick, so down he goes. All right, 2 cuts remain. I mean, Strawberry will be getting the call up after this, so maybe let's send down Alvarez and give Straub some opportunities to bat. Hoping this will make the decision somewhat difficult. Right away, back spasms. Okay, whatever. Play through it, Strawberry. Your contract is on the line here. Okay. Benet's starting to round into form. Batista pitched very well. I also can't send Benet's down. He's out of options. So who is the guy who goes down to the minors? Is it Dingman or Dickey? Or Michelli? Michelli does have 1 ARB year remaining. I think it's going to be Dickey. There's our 7-man bullpen. I like Johnny Mac as the primary utility infielder. I think our infield is good. We have to remove 2 guys from the outfield, though. Strawberry's going to be one of them. Gotta keep Emil Brown. Between Bell and Miller, did anyone actually... Okay, so both of them are pretty much the same. Great. But Miller can play second. And Bell can play shortstop in an absolute pinch. Until Cabrera's back, let's send down Johnny Mac. Yeah, Council can also play shortstop, right? Start the season on the road. I want to get to home opening night, so we are going to play a little bit more. We're going to open the season at Chase Field, or Enron Field, or whatever it's called back in 1998. Take on the Diamondbacks, and then sim through to opening day, 1998. Okay. He wants a winning record. I think we can pull that off. We do not have a top prospect. Travis Lee, who is, making the team, counts. Pablo Ortega in AAA. We didn't really have much of a spring training because we didn't get a 6-man rotation going. Still a top half farm system. I'll take that. We're not the Marlins, though, who are sitting on an absolute bumper crop of talent. That's unfair. You get enough first-round picks in a row, then yeah, you better be good. And now the Athletics, who went out and spent big money, still have a top 3 system. Adding Guzman, Candiotti, Thompson, Canseco. 7th highest payroll in the majors. We are still we're just below the halfway point. Mariners, what are you doing? The Blue Jays are at 70 million. Oh my word. Oh man. Frank, you're not supposed to show up for the Blue Jays for another half decade. They are not messing around. The Blue Jays are trotting out a lineup of Derek Bell at third. They have so many outfielders, they're playing him at third. Chuck Knobloch, Sean Green, Carlos Delgado, and Frank Thomas back to back. Barry Larkin, still incredible. Ricky Henderson in left. I don't know why he's not DHing. Lou Luca interesting. And Shannon Stewart. Like, wow. I should take them over. I really should. Anyways, we are in Arizona, Bank One Ballpark. Steve Avery on the mound, so Miller gets the start at short, or at third. Maxudian behind the plate instead of Sprague. Larry Walker leading off. Lol. Let's get into it. It's the start of the 1998 season here with the Flying Purple Baseball. It's the battle for the color purple here, folks.
Strike three!
Larry Walker strikes out. Steve Avery gets the first K of the game. Bernie Williams will watch a pitch outside. Nevin does have an arm. And Griffey, little floater into right field, base hit. Bernie heads up base running, takes third on the play. Runners at the corners now for Carlos Guillen. Punched into right field, base hit. The Rockies take an early 1-0 lead here on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Travis Lee, the rookie, popped up. Left field, about mid-distance. Not deep enough to run. Curtis picks up the ball. Bill Miller called strike three. So Rockies with an early lead. Quinton McCracken will get things started here for the Diamondbacks. On the ground, Lee collects. And there's the first hit of the Arizona Diamondbacks franchise. An infield single by McCracken. Full count to Chad Curtis. Fly ball to right. Griffey hauls it in. Carlos Baerga. Acquired from the Blue Jays. Popped up into shallow center field. Bernie waves off Counsell. Here's Phil Nevin batting in the cleanup spot. On the ground into the shift. Miller collects it with plenty of time. 1-0 Rockies.
Strike three!
Second base is going to be an issue for us this season. Maxudian punched to center field. Martin will make the grab. Paul Wilson now. Lined right to Butch Husky, who will be starting off the bottom of the second. Wilson inside. 4-pitch walk. Here's Al Martin now. Bunted back to the pitcher. Interesting choice. Grebeck, the shortstop now. Guillen has his defensive talents. Like that, perfectly placed. 2 down now for Denny Hawking, the third baseman. Full count.
Strike three!
Swing and a miss. Strike three. Back to the top of the order now. Steve Avery will give up a fly ball out to Larry Walker. Here's Bernie, who got aboard with a walk last inning. Popped up deep into foul territory. Husky makes the grab. Good play so far by Husky. Lot of activity for Curtis as well. Here's the pitcher, Steve Avery. Flares this one to left. Walker waits under it. Larry Walker moving to left field this season. Ceding right field to Griffey Jr. Shallow fly ball, but the outfielders were shaded in. The end. Beautiful throw. Crowd getting restless here as we enter the top of the fourth. Only just the one hit, an infield one for the Diamondbacks. Griebeck can't get it out of his mitt. That is an error for the shortstop. And Guillen is a menace on the base paths. Count is 2-0. Full count, Travis Lee. Deep fly ball to left. But Curtis makes the grab. One away here. 0-2 to Miller.
Strike three.
Swing and a miss. Strike three. Here's Counsell now. And he will be unable to swing. The run and hit did not quite do what it was expected to do. Diving catch by Walker. Had to hightail it back to his usual position. Take that one away from Baerga. Good play by Miller for the second out of the inning. Husky laces a base hit into center field. That will bring up Al Martin. 0-1 on the way. There's another flare into center field. Base hit.
Safe.
Al Martin with an RBI double, and the Diamondbacks have scored their first run of the game. First run as a franchise, I should say. Counsell now. And that will fall in for a base hit. Good job by the second baseman there. Here's Maxudian. Blocked by Nevin. Pitch does not squirt away too far. 2-2.
Strike three.
Called strike three. Paul Wilson now. Bunts back to the pitcher. They will get the sacrifice. Counsell to second. Walker 0 for 2 to start the season. Shallow fly ball. That will fall for a base hit. Counsell does not go. Bernie with runners on the corners. And he's out. That was, you know what? Worth a try. We got Griffey, Guillen, Lee coming up. Dribbler in front of the plate. Maxudian with a great play. Corners are in here against Avery. Lee collects it himself. 2 down. Third time through the lineup now for the Rockies. McCracken, shallow fly ball. Miller just past third base. Squeezes it. Still tied at ones. Top of the 6th. Griffey tries to inside out this one. Hawkins has nothing to do with it. Guillen has been a menace in this first game. Shoots this through the left side for a base hit. Two-one count. 2-2 on the way to Travis Lee. Slow roller up the middle. That's going to be a sacrifice. Guillen advances to second. Miller now.
Strike three.
Strikeout again. What is our team left on base? 5. Avery's got 6 Ks on the day. I just want one of Miller or Bell to actually win and keep the third base job. Really, we should have Frank Bollock out there anyway. Maybe he'll be our pinch hitter. Switch shift right and just go deep. Full count to Baerga. Fly ball to right. Griffey waves off. I don't know who he was waving off on, but he's got it. One to Nevin. Fly ball to center field. That's going to be played on a hop by Bernie. Runners at first and second, and it's Butch Husky. Dan Michelli getting loose in the Rockies bullpen, just in case. Lined right to Council for the second out of the inning. Al Martin, fly ball, center field. Bernie to best. All right, we do not need Michelli unless we want to go to the bullpen. How many pitches is Wilson at? 77. I mean, he's been very effective, but I could use a pinch hitter here. Oh, good run in by Curtis. Let's go Bollock and then Emil Brown, and Sprague will continue to catch after this. Frank Bollock deep to right. All right, Emil. See what you're capable of here. All right. Paul Wilson's day is done. Checking into the game is Dan Michelli. Craig Grebeck.
Strike three.
Swing and a miss. Switch hitter Denny Hawking now. 1-0 on the way. Back up the middle. Gonna be a tough play in time. Guillen. Paul Molitor, the DH. 2-0 on the way. Shallow fly ball to center. Bernie collects. Short outing by Michelli. Only needed 8 pitches, so we might see him for a second inning of work. Walker, Williams, Griffey, and thank goodness it's finally a right-hander on the mound. There he works a leadoff walk. Bernie now. Oh, come on! I did not give the send signal. Oh, into foul territory. Good run there by Curtis. Andy Heckman will now take on Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a miss. Bottom of the 8th we go. I thought this was going to be a short appearance. Michelli into right field, backing up as Griffey. Quentin McCracken aboard. 1-1 to Chad Curtis. Bunted back towards the pitcher. Michelli will just take the out at first. Baerga will get the shift on. 2-2 from Michelli. Into the shift. Council makes the out. Getting loose, Scott Sanders, just in case. Shift is on for Nevin. 2-2 on the way. Line to left field, that will fall for a base hit, and the Diamondbacks have taken the lead. Also getting warm in the bullpen is Victor Cole. Husky knocks it to Guillen. We're getting small balled here, folks. Ricky Terlichek. Terlichek? Is the closer for the Diamondbacks. Top of the 9th. No extra base hits for the Rockies. Travis Lee now with 1 out. Still looking for that first hit this season. David Bell will pinch hit here. Or Bill Miller. First pitch swinging. Fly ball to center. That will work. Rockies have a little bit of life here. David Bell aboard with a single. Council will ground into a fielder's choice. And the Diamondbacks win opening day here against the Colorado Rockies. Six hits. That was humbling. Looks like our first game, our home opener, will be against the Cardinals. Keeping an eye on who is available to raid into if you haven't gotten all your drops. And remember, at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight, none other than TJ Lowerman, that sports gamer, will be broadcasting his Tuesday Braves stream. Saul Rivera is working on his control. I like it. All right, we win game 2, 3-2. Miguel Batista with a good game. Ortiz and Saunders slamming the door. And do we win the rubber match? Yes, 8-3. There's the offense. David Bell, first home run of the season. Derek Lee with a pair. King Griffey Jr. with a pair. There's the bonk. That's what I was expecting. Alright, Benez gets game 1 against Houston. A 4-peat. Ooh, we lose 1-0. Alright, good effort by Benez. We just got, we got pitchered. 15 innings in Houston. We come from behind. Sanders blows the save. Dan Michelli picks up the win despite walking 3 guys and allowing 2 hits. Ken Griffey, the 15th inning home run. Hey, our Emil picks up his first home run of the season. I did not realize I was emote only on chat this whole stream. Thank you, EBC. I usually go, so here's the thing, I go emote only when I'm not streaming, just because I don't want anyone to put stuff in my chat when I'm not aware. So, bullpen is gassed, but so is theirs. Paul, we need you to go long this game. Ooh, 1-0 win. Wilson exits early. Ugh, strained oblique. What does that affect? Everything. Okay, so you know what? Since it's a 2-week injury, let's send him... How's Strawberry doing the minors? Hasn't played yet. Okay. I think we're gonna move Stein to the to the rotation. I'll call up Dickey as a fresh bullpen arm. Oof! Oh, we got rallied. Dickey comes in. Dingman takes a loss. Cole blows the save. Wow, that's a bad, bad day for Vincent Cole. I think we need to reduce our hook on relievers, or it's already pretty low. So we're a game above 500 early in the going. Leading the league in home runs, as is expected. One of Bell or Miller had better take over the third base spot because the other is getting traded. Mickey bats, or Mickey pitches, we're gonna give him until his next start, see if he's ready to go. McMichael will be back soon. That'll be a nice get to our bullpen. Travis Lee finding his footing. Julian Tavares will be your opening day starter. D. Graybill, thank you for the follow. But that's about where we're going to wrap up the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters for now. Join us again at our regularly scheduled time next Wednesday, not tomorrow, but the one after, at 6 o'clock Eastern. It's all good, man. We are going to be raiding into Nosbase because I raided into Escape Velocity last time. So I'm going to go chill out on his stream for a little while. Time is precious. I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend some of yours with me today. You'll see me again on Saturday as well for the Saturday Starlight. Firage, take us out. Have a great rest of the week, everyone.